The man in charge of the House committee that writes this country's tax laws is under investigation for, among other things, failing to disclose his true net worth. And as correspondent James Rosen reports, some lawmakers on both sides of the aisle say they've had enough.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi faces another delicate moment with fellow Democrat Charles Rangel of Harlem when a House Ethics Committee issues its long-awaited report on the tangled finances of the 79-year-old chairman of the House Ways and Means Committee. Republicans are now renewing their calls, first made a year ago, for Rangel to relinquish that post following his recent disclosure that he failed to report more than $660,000 in assets during 2007.
That's a lot of forgotten bank accounts and a lot of forgotten pieces of land and a lot of forgotten assets. And it's a little bit too much to think that it's just a oops.
Rangel faces allegations that, among other things, he improperly benefited from rent-stabilized apartments, failed to report income from a beachfront villa he owns in the Dominican Republic, used congressional letterhead for fundraising, and helped a donor to a school named in Rangel's honor establish a lucrative tax shelter in Bermuda.
I'm unable to answer any questions, so please don't feel offended.
Rangel denies any wrongdoing and insists the ethics probes should run their course. Former Texas Democrat Martin Frost, now a Fox News contributor, served 13 terms in the House.
I mean, this is not your run-of-the-mill congressman. This is somebody who's been a leader in civil rights and economic justice, served in Congress for 38 years. Rangel's got a problem, though. The failure to report large assets is a problem, and everybody understands that.
Analysts say Pelosi is unlikely to nudge Rangel aside before the Ethics Committee issues its findings, but they also point to acute problems for her and President Obama as a result of Rangel's leadership role.
He's a tax writing committee when the administration may have to talk about raising revenue to pay for health care. So he is in an unusually important position, and taking the criticism that he is now taking is a major problem for him, but also for his party.
That the ethics investigation has dragged on is hardly lost on the Democratic leadership. Speaker Pelosi said last Thanksgiving that she expected to review the findings in January of this year. In Washington, James Rosen, Fox News.
Former